Hi friends, hi family, I hope you are well. We meet again for a new video on your channel Barça SpotLight. Thank you to all those who have already subscribed and to all those who subscribe to our channel. Osasuna decides to contest yesterday's match against Barça. The Navarrese club has filed an appeal with the Spanish Football Federation, RFEF, for an alleged foul by Iñigo Martínez. Osasuna has reportedly decided to challenge the Liga match between Barça and Osasuna on March 27 due to an alleged incorrect lineup by Iñigo Martínez, according to MD, which was later confirmed. Barça's reaction to the news was one of absolute calm, understanding that there was no way forward for their complaint. Osasuna analyzed all morning, until 2 p.m. at the latest, whether to appeal or not. The Navarre club believes that the player and the Barcelona club violated the mandatory deadline established by FIFA, which must elapse between the last national team match and the club's next official match, which should be 5 days. The Reds released a statement explaining their position. The Navarrese club believes that Iñigo Martínez's participation in the match violates Article 5 of Annex 1 of the FIFA Regulations on the status and transfer of players, which specifies that a player who does not join his national team for medical reasons, or who leaves it, may not play matches with his club for 5 calendar days after the end of the international period. And try to provide arguments. The Spanish Football Federation has announced on its communication channels that footballer Iñigo Martínez has been withdrawn from the squad for medical reasons, internal parameningitis in his right knee, as reported by FC Barcelona. Osasuna understands that this case cannot be considered an exceptional situation that would render the FIFA regulations inapplicable. The Navarrese club considers the release of Gerard Martin, Pablo Torre, and Fermin Lopez from their second engagement with the Spanish under-21 team as a separate matter, since their withdrawal was not justified by a medical reason. And they conclude, Iñigo Martínez, whose absence from the Spanish national team was due to illness, was not allowed to play yesterday's match in accordance with FIFA regulations. Therefore, the Navarrese club has decided to file an appeal for abusive alignment in order to defend its rights, the fairness of the competition, and the equality of all its participants. The RFEF considers Iñigo Martínez to be released. The Barça defender has been absent from the Spanish national team since submitting his medical report and has been withdrawn from the squad. There is no case regarding Iñigo Martínez's possible inappropriate lineup last night against Barça that Osasuna could raise. A complaint they would make in the case of the FIFA regulations on the status of player transfers. And there is none because, according to sources consulted by MD, the RFEF released the player at the very moment the Federation announced early in the morning of the 17th that he was not called up. Instead, young Bournemouth central defender Dean Huijsen was called up. In fact, Iñigo Martínez didn't even attend the City of Football on Monday, March 17th, as the RFEF itself could have requested, and as there are precedents in the call-ups of Barça players this season, something Lamine Yamal had to do last September. But this medical examination was never carried out by the RFEF. And from that moment on, Iñigo Martínez was released from the national team. This is not exclusive to the Barça team, it is the protocol to follow whenever this situation arises. Barça-Girona in less than 72 hours and with another handicap. Flick, who has already expressed his outrage at the schedule, will prepare for the next match in 65 hours and 15 minutes, 1 hour less with the new time change. Hansi Flick and Kounde both expressed their outrage at having played the postponed La Liga match against Osasuna, with barely enough time to rest. The center was very categorical. Between the end of this match and the next, also in La Liga, against Girona, on March 30th at 4:15 p.m., daylight saving time will begin on this last Sunday in March, meaning clocks will have to be set forward 1 hour in the early hours of Saturday, March 29, until Sunday, March 30, 2025. This means one less hour of rest. From the League Championship, they will move on to the Copa del Rey on April 2nd at 9:30 p.m. Everything Dani Olmo is missing due to his injury. Barça announced in a statement that the midfielder will be out for approximately 3 weeks, which would leave him out of 6 matches between the League, Champions League, and Cup. Dani Olmo now knows the extent of his injury after FC Barcelona made the diagnosis official. The international midfielder had to be substituted during Barça's league match against Osasuna on Thursday. The recovery time will be approximately 3 weeks, added the Barcelona press release. MD had already announced immediately after the match that Olmo's muscle injury would affect him for the next 2 or 3 weeks. Despite the 3-0 victory against Osasuna, Hansi Flick could not hide his disappointment at the injury suffered by a key player in his team, especially as the season enters its final 2 months, and Barça is engaged in the fight for the 3 most important titles, La Liga, the Champions League, and the Copa del Rey. Dortmund, awaiting positive developments. According to the forecasts and timelines published in the club's own statement, the objective would be to have Dani Olmo available for a hypothetical Champions League semi-final. However, depending on the club's estimated injury time, Olmo could miss up to 6 competitive matches, 3 in the league, 2 in the Champions League, and 1 in the Cup. The 3rd week of planned absence would almost certainly coincide with the league match on April 19th, in which Barça will host Celta Vigo. Thanks for watching. Thanks also to those who took 2 seconds to give it a thumbs up, and the comment to reference it helps the channel enormously. Don't hesitate to subscribe and activate the bell. If you haven't already, thanks again, keep up the good work, and see you soon for a new video.